Alright, I have a new puzzle called Free the One from Puzzled by Piker. It's in a rather lovely purple bag. Let's have a look. Okay, here we go. Comes with a card which says the goal is to free the coin. You can see the coin poking out there. And then replace the coin and reset the puzzle. No excessive force or external tools. Standard kind of stuff. So, as you can probably see, the whole thing here is very nicely 3D printed. It's got the name Free the One on the front. There's a couple of white buttons here. There's a coin hidden in there. Some more buttons here. Oh, all sorts of things going on. Okay, let's see. I'm going to start a timer. See if I can solve this. So let's see what we've got. So the coin is in there. Interestingly, it's kind of on a, feels like it's on a spring. If I push it in, it bounces back against my finger. And there's something shiny in there which does not move correspondingly with that. Just going to check if any of these letters slide around in any way. Not obviously. They feel pretty fixed. So then we have some buttons here. We have a couple of buttons here that have quite a different feel. These ones are springier, these ones are more sedate in their movements. I can feel lots of things moving around in here. It really feels like there's a lot, not just the coin. And then over here, what have we got? Alright, okay, so we can see, I don't know if you can see down in there. When I push this button, you can see some movement through those holes. I push both buttons, I wonder if anything will fall out. Oh, there's another hole here as well. It's too dark to see what's going on down there. Oh, I see, there's a ball here. Was that there before? I don't remember seeing a ball in there. I remember seeing something shiny, but I don't think it looked like a ball. But I guess it is now. Looks like a ball bearing. So when I push this lower button in, I don't know if you can see, there is a little bit of visible movement down those holes in there. This one it's much clearer. Oh, and something that's blocking the slot moves as well. I sort of feel like something might be released by pushing some combination of these buttons. It's pretty cleverly put together. It feels kind of like it's a single piece. I don't think it can be, can it? Unless they very cleverly printed around all the various internals. I guess that is possible. It's not obvious, if it is multiple pieces, it's not really obvious where the join is. Maybe it is along this line here, perhaps. Very nicely done. Move that down there. Okay, so I'm going to check these letters out one more time because I'm a little suspicious of them. I'm pretty sure they're fixed, they really don't seem to move. I can only imagine that there is a tool somewhere in here that is going to come out when I find the right action. But what is that action? I'm also guessing that this ball bearing is going to end up coming out of this hole. Oh! Oh no, have I broken it? No, I wonder if this, I think this might be intentional, is it? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I hope this was right. Okay, so what has happened here? There's a magnet in there. I guess the magnet was holding this button in place. Is that it? Yeah, you just had to pull. What about this one? Oh, that one's definitely stuck. Okay, so this must be part of the solution then. Okay, so here's my tool. For sure, let's see. Oh, I don't know that I want to put it in there and lose it. Oh, but I can press on something. That's interesting. Oh, and this is even more interesting. Aha, where else will this stick? Okay, that's got to be significant, that, hasn't it? Okay, and this in here is loosening something. Oh! Okay, I've just noticed the ball bearing that was in there is no longer in there. The ball bearing has obviously moved somewhere. In fact, yeah, I think I can hear it moving around in there. Let's see. Let's go here. Okay, I could put that in there, but I feel like it might disappear forever. Should drop it back out again. Ooh, that also just dropped something else. I think the ball, oh yeah, look, that allowed the ball bearing to come down here. I'm not honestly sure what, I think, yeah, this button opened something up, I think, that allowed the ball bearing to come here. There we go, now the ball bearing's here. Is this going to let it come down further? Let's see. Where can it go next? I mean, surely it has to come down this way. This is fun. This is really good fun. I feel like I'm making progress anyway. As long as these aren't all red herrings, I'm pretty sure not. But ball bearing has made its way all the way around here now, which is quite an exciting journey for it. Now, I wonder if I need to put this back in here, actually. Nope. I guess not. Oh, maybe that's new, is it? Or is that just going back the way it came? Okay, so the ball bearing is now, oh, it's back up here again, I see. And if I push that, it drops down there. And if I push this, it drops down to here. Okay, so that's quite straightforward. The question is how to get it from here to somewhere down there, I guess. I guess eventually this coin is going to have to come out here, maybe? It's hard to see where else it could possibly come out. It's effectively it's an internal maze with lots of barriers that are affectable via various external means. Oh, now where's the ball gone? Okay, I think it's probably just back in here, is it? No. Well, this is interesting. See, I think I may have got it into a new place. I think it's lower down than it was at the beginning. I wonder if that's true. Because that makes me wonder why it won't come out of this hole. Oh, I see. No, actually that hole is way too small. Okay, so although this hole looks big enough, if you go down in here, it narrows. The hole narrows down here, so it's wide enough still to put this rod in, but there's no way the ball bearing could fit out through there. Okay, the ball bearing is in here now. And when I push on this, you see that the ball bearing comes with it. Okay, so we definitely can't expect the ball bearing to come out of that hole. Okay, so I think, yeah, now we've got the ball bearing back down here. So all we know now is how to move the ball bearing from here and into here and back to there again. That's all very straightforward. The question is, what next? Okay, so from having a close look, I think there's just a fixed wall here. I think the hole has to be somewhere in there. Looking inside here to try and see if there is a place for this ball to move down this way. It's very hard to see. It's well designed here with the lip sort of covering up any possible holes, so you can't tell if there is a hole down this way or anywhere in here or a hole that way. Kind of looks though like there might be something that goes down this way. This is sort of what it looked like, but that made me wonder if these might twist to sort of move something, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So this is slightly loose, but am I just breaking it? I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, look at that, this lifts up. Is that intended? I don't know if it is or not. I think it must be actually, because it's not just glued on, it's held in with a sort of rib that goes back inside. That makes me think this is meant to lift out. But that's not coming out very far. Not far enough to seem like it's going to do anything. Maybe the trick now is to do something that... Oh, wait a minute, has the coin moved? Well, the coin is interacting with this one, definitely. I think, is the coin holding it in place even? Oh no, it's just stopping it from going back down. I feel moderately sure that getting this one out or moving or something will be the next step, but we'll see. Yeah, see, the coin is now pressing into the one. This has taken a while, but so far this is one of the best sequential discovery puzzles I've ever done, I would say, in terms of, you know, the sort of reasonableness of the whole thing, the construction of the whole thing, and the, well, so far, the fact that it's, you know, step by step, not easy but solvable. And now there's this very intriguing puzzle of what do we do to make this one come out further. Clearly what happens is as I lift the one up, the coin is allowed to drop down. Oh, look at this! Now this is very new, so the coin is now moving this way. Well, isn't that interesting? So I guess the one doesn't come all the way out, but it comes out far enough to allow the coin to drop down somewhat. I think if the one wasn't there, the coin would come all this way. Okay, so maybe the trick is the ball is going to let the one come out. Maybe that's the idea. See, one possibility is that the ball needs to come out so that you can use it for something, or the ball just needs to be out of the way so that the coin can move past where the ball would have been. But then I'm not sure why you'd want the ball to be able to come down here as well as in here, like up here would be just as out of the way as here. So that's a little mystifying. Unless I have to pull this out, drop the coin down and then put the ball back. Maybe. There we go, now the ball's back here where it started. Does that somehow release anything? No. It's hard to see why it would really. Same as it ever was. Okay, let's put this ball back down here then. Ball's back in here, coin's underneath the one. Sort of pushing out. I'm wondering if I'm just meant to pull quite hard on the one. I'm afraid of breaking it, I guess. But it really feels like something's holding it in place. I don't think it's meant to come out any further than that yet. I think something is going to free it. But I don't think it's the coin anymore. I think the coin will move past the one. And something that I do will move something that lets the one move. Oh, I've been going for 47 minutes now. That's a long time. This is really fun. How would something free this up? Something's holding it going through it this way, and you have to sort of slide that out the way or pull it. No, you couldn't put it that way, but pull it out the way somehow. Interesting, you can get the ball caught in here by just sort of opening and closing this quickly enough. Now it's in here somewhere. I don't know if that's useful. I'll do that on the bottom one. Wait, where did that just go? I think the ball just went down here. Oh. There it is, look. Aha! Oh, that's so clever. The ball dropped down the middle here, and then it came all the way down and came out. What do I do with it now I've got it? Put it in there. Put it in there. I mean, it's an extra tool. Look at that, it sticks to there. Okay, I'm not sure whether to put it in there or there. I think this one maybe is more likely to help, but let's see. Okay, let's do it. So I think if I'm going to do that, I need to push this one along. No, it is just stuck in there, but then I could push it in with the rod. I know it's quite tight actually. No. It does not fit through there. Oh yeah, I see the hole in there is just maybe not quite big enough. So it drops in there and it sits nicely in the hole, but it won't fall through it. Okay, so then this end. Okay. Let's just check this. Yeah, so there's really a big difference. If I push this in now, there's nothing holding it in. It just pops back out on a spring. With the ball in, can you tell that? It gets sort of held just for a fraction of a second before it comes back. So there's a really noticeable but small difference, and that is due to some kind of magnet in there. I wonder if there's something I can do to make the ball drop somewhere else now. So yeah, I see, when I push this in all the way, the ball drops in a little way. Trying to sort of do everything all at once just in case something makes a difference somewhere. But no, doesn't seem to. Alright, 62:42. I'm going to stop and have a break. Alright, I'm back from actually a long break. It's the next day. And I need to see what's going on. I'm pretty convinced that the next step is going to involve putting the ball in here. You can see the ball in there, and then pushing this across. I don't know if you can see there's a sort of metal plate there. This is something that only happens if that ball is in place. So if I do it like this, you don't get the metal plate. The ball obviously sort of pulls something magnetically across, but I don't know what to do with that. Can't push on it, it's really quite solid in there. Can't get the ball to go anywhere else. About halfway. Work out what's actually happening when I push this in. The ball bearing is obviously sort of pulling something along that is otherwise, I guess, hidden in down below there. Does that make sense? Okay, so I can actually, I think you can see this. You can see the sort of, if it's metal or plastic or whatever it is, that sort of silvery thing. You can sort of see it being pulled at the beginning and then it stops. See that. Well, one thing I haven't tried yet is putting this ball back in here, which I don't really want to do because I feel like that's, oh sorry, this one. I feel like that's almost certainly a backward step. Oh, interestingly, yeah, it sticks there. But let's try it. We know how to get it back. Wait, there's two balls. Oh, how exciting. This is new. So can you see this? When I put this ball in here and then push this along, we see a new ball bearing just there, which, I don't know, can I get that ball bearing to come out somehow? So this is yet another new state. Oh. Oh, I wonder if that was what made it magnetic here. No, it was. Oh, the magnet was holding the ball in place. That was what it was. Okay. Now what happens if I put this one there? Okay, well, let's see what happens now if we put this ball in there. Now I think the smaller ball bearing is now in a new place, deeper inside there, underneath where that metal shield is. I don't know what difference that's going to make. Ooh, that just moved the little ball bearing. It worked! Look at that! The one came out, the coin has gone someplace. All the way down to there now. Is the T gonna have to come out next? Oh, this is exciting. Okay, now that is not coming out. Okay, so then let's... Oh, look at that, there's a pin in here. Oh dear. I guess that's the pin that held the one in place. Oh, that got pulled out by the magnetic ball bearing, perhaps? The coin is out. Look at that. It's a 20-something coin. It says Sachsenreich. Wow, that's exciting. Alright, so now, after just over an hour and a half, I still have to get the thing back to its starting state. Okay, there's the big ball bearing. The little ball bearing, though, where is that? I can hear it. Also, how am I going to get the... Oh, right, so the little ball bearing is holding the pin, I think. So maybe if I... Yeah, now that pin has dropped, maybe that will allow the little ball bearing to come out. Oh, maybe using this, actually, this is what let it go through. This is actually now being held somewhere in here by something magnetic, presumably to do with the little ball bearing. Alright. The puzzle that keeps on giving. Yes, I'm pretty sure that the... Oh wait, this magnet, there's a magnet that's holding that pin down in place, holding it out of the way so that the one can go back in freely and come back out again. If we get the pin, it goes through that and stops the one from coming out. But at the moment, get this does not want to come back out. This button is well and truly held in place right now. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's interesting. So now this pin is back to its usual position. It must be being held in place by a magnet. And then, yeah, look at that. That lets the magnet, that lets the pin drop, and then if I do it this way, there, now the pin is back and this can fall. So that should let the little ball bearing back out now. what is now holding the little ball bearing in place? Oh, I think it's just a magnet, so I think I can just go. There we go. All right. So that is completely opened, and now I want to get it back to its original state. So I need the coin to be back in there. I think that's the first step. Okay, that's going to involve that, and then that. Oh. Do I need the little ball bearing in there to allow the coin in? This is such a clever mechanism. Okay, that coin is in a little further now. I think maybe to get the coin in I need the little ball bearing back stuck in here again. Right, okay, let's do that. This way. Big ball bearing in first. Now little ball bearing. Now with both ball bearings in, everything moves out of the way. Ah, right, so that should let the coin go all the way down, I think. There we go. Right, the coin is now back to its beginning. Now I need to get this in here, which is not too hard, I think. Oh, but without the coin dropping out. Okay, so I'll just hold the coin in place, I think, for that. Okay, so now I can put the one in there. Oops, not the wrong way around. The one in there, and now I need the pin to go back into place. Is that it? Oh yeah, there we go. The pin is back in place. The coin is back in place. Right. Now I need this. No, wait. I need the smaller ball bearing to come back out now. Without dropping the pin back. So that shouldn't come out, right? Oh, it does. Okay, so I need the pin. I think it involves using this ball again, right? So now I've got the pin is in the wrong place at the moment. Now it's back in the right place. Okay, good. So now I just need to get this little ball back out, which I think involves putting the big ball in. And then, there we go. Okay, very close now. So now I somehow have to get this ball bearing back in here. How was that done? What was holding this in place? It was obviously sort of underneath this magnet, I think. But how did I get it out from there? Is this definitely good now? I think this is definitely good now. So the coin is well and truly stuck. So I think I'm pretty sure I can get everything back, except I don't know how to get this back. Oh yeah, this is the point, right? I need this bigger ball bearing to be in place to like grab hold of the little ball bearing. Oh, it's done. It's done. No, it's not. It's not, but it's something like that. Okay, so maybe if I do this, big ball bearing in place, put the little ball bearing in here, push it across, and then tip it down. Will it catch onto the right magnet this time? Nope. It's definitely something like this though. Not quite that. What did I do? So one thing I'm remembering is that when this ball came out, it didn't just pop out of nowhere. It was in a sort of, it was in something. It was in a piece of plastic in here, it looked like. It was sort of nestled in something. And somehow what we have to do is use this ball bearing to sort of attach this mechanism to this upper mechanism. Oh, was it this? Did I have to put it in here? Yes, that's it. Got it. Okay, there we go. All right. So now I actually think we're basically pretty well done. The final step then is just getting this little ball bearing back down there, and I thought that would be easy, but it isn't actually happening straight away. Let's see. There we go. Where's it going? Oh yeah, right. So actually now if I remember, rather than the ball bearing coming down here, which is what it seemed like, it ended up down here. Somehow. I just want to show you that mechanism again because it's so clever. You put this in here, and when you push this across, it brings this piece of purple plastic along with the ball bearing that's hidden normally in there. You can sort of feel it resisting because of the magnetism. Surprised it took me so long to find that. It seems almost like that's obvious, but somehow I guess I wasn't trying it. And then that gets it down to quite a low position, but then it doesn't quite get there. Oh! Yeah, so this is right. I think if I'm remembering right, it doesn't come from here to here, it comes from here through the middle up here, which means somehow I need to get it down into there. Now, where is it? Okay, so I can actually see where the ball is. It's very hard to see, but it's down in there. Can you see it? Oh, I think I just dropped it down. There we go. Did I do it? So it was sitting on the sort of pieces of plastic that can be lifted up and down by these, and I think I just dropped it down somewhere. But where is it? There you can see this. It's sort of shimmering down at the very bottom of that pit. It's quite hard to spot. It is, I think, still down there. Oh, and now it's moved out of there. There we go. Okay, so now we have it in here. There it is. And so now we just need to get it down to there, which I think... How do we do that then? Oh, there we go. Yeah, you push the coin down. So now I think it's in here somewhere, and then we have to get it to come up in there. Alright, yeah. There we go. Now the ball is in there. I'm not sure, was that how it started? I think so. I think that's right. So then this goes back in here. That's the beginning. Pretty sure that was there at the beginning. It makes most sense for that to be the case. Well, I've got to say, this was Free the One, puzzled by Piker. Took me not much less than 2 hours, a bit less than 2 hours, but not much less, to get it opened and then back to get the original state again. But I think that was, yeah, I think that was actually probably the most enjoyable sequential discovery puzzle that I've ever done. It's really well made, feels extremely solid. There's nothing that moves in ways that it shouldn't move. There's all kinds of little clues, you know, just being able to see the ball here makes such a big difference. Without that, you'd be kind of operating a lot more blind. There are many places where the ball is moving, you know, behind the scenes and you can't see it, but having these little clues is super helpful. The very first step, which, you know, I think I didn't solve, was the very first step, but this one, very simple, so a nice simple first step, which is a good thing. This is a really cool, I don't know how deliberate this is, but the fact that you can just about move this a little tiny bit, which tells you that you are going to be having to pull something out that way so that you can release this way to let the coin come past. This mechanism in here is just genius. I'm not sure I can quite describe it. So you put a ball, you put the big ball bearing in here and push it across, and that lets you see the little ball bearing, get that out. And then if you get the little ball bearing that goes down in there, that basically pulls on a pin here, which in combination with this button, I don't quite understand how, but in some combination with this button, that lets you free this. And then there's one more mechanism, was that, can't remember, there's some little mechanism in here as well that also blocks the coin. I've forgotten now, I got past that bit. But there we go, yeah, that's the Free the One puzzle by Puzzled by Piker. Really, really brilliant puzzle. I love it. And if Puzzled by Piker's puzzles are all as good as this one, then I highly recommend trying them all. I'll probably see if I can get my hands on another one after this one. If you enjoyed this video, you might also enjoy this video right here. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.